Yeah. One West. Some people live the good life, them and them steak and mummy pot dry. But they tell me I gotta die for happy, for have it. Millions, house and cars and bike. I got the pussy them don't see we have a 1,000 tall up rifle. I got them want to see na fi we on. You know give we food fi we yam. And when the youth use brilliance, fuck up the road like Gideon. You start call man billion. The bad boy, true me say don't rush me, a bad fly. And true me no got church, me no baptize. Don't tell me no heaven. Yeah. One West. Some people live the good life, them and them steak and mummy pot dry. But they tell me I gotta die for happy, for have it. Millions, house and cars and bike. I got the pussy them don't see we have a 1,000 tall up rifle. I got them want to see na fi we on. You know give we food fi we yam. And when the youth use brilliance, fuck up the road like Gideon. You start call man billion. The bad boy, true me say don't rush me, a bad fly. And true me no got church, me no baptize. Don't tell me no heaven in that sky when some people live the good life, them and them steak and mummy pot dry. But they tell me I gotta die for happy, no joy for the black boy. They get to you, them a fuck up the road and tough up the code, just no go below. See double 9 man a shuffle the board, and if you no know then you no fi know. Matic in a waist we no go lucky mode. This one West boy get up your load. But no know when me no no shoes and me no no food and no clothes. We no do the posing, we no export. Us a wait for the right time for we explode. Hustle man a hustle charge you we make do, and we can't wait for the next show. Some people live the good life, them and them steak and mummy pot dry. Come and tell me I gotta die for happy, no joy for the black boy. Millions, house and cars and bike. I got the pussy them don't see we have a 1,000 tall up rifle. I got them want to see na fi we on. You know give we food fi we yam. And when the youth get original, fuck up the road like Gideon. You start call man criminal, and killer them a search for them heaven on earth. Man a fi a fight with the devil from birth. Poverty a time for your Lego man shirt. Your man a fi stay blessed all when the land curse. All when the land curse. I know the GLE, them want see we in a one earth. The bad boy, true me said don't rush me, a bad fly. And true me no got church, me no baptize. Don't tell me no heaven in that sky when some people live the good life, them and them steak and mummy pot dry. But they tell me I gotta die for happy, no joy for the black boy.
Alright, Shalom Israel. Welcome again to another ISUPK Wednesday night law class. My name is Officer Kayadwan from ISUPK Jamaica, under commanding General YAHANNA. I say Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai Barakathum to my brothers, Yahweh Shema Elathan Ba'asham Yahushai to my sisters. Alright, so for those who don't know about the ISUPK started 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. The ISUPK is where it all started. You know what I mean? It started, and the ISUPK is where it's going to end with. You know what I mean? This is the body of Christ. You understand? If you ever heard that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the real Israelites of the Bible, you know what I mean? This was discovered. See, let me fix the mic. This was discovered by the ISUPK. You understand? If you ever heard that Jesus was a black man, this was brought out by the ISUPK. See? If you ever heard that the white man is the devil, this was brought out by the ISUPK. the ISUPK said the white man is the devil the Bible speak of. You understand? Because of study and the Most High giving the truth to us, we realize that the devil inside the Bible is not somebody, a red man who lives under the earth with a 3-teeth fork. You know what I mean? That's nowhere in the Bible. The devil is a man, and the word devil means deceiver. It's a man on the earth that deceives all nations. And that man is the white man. That's the devil. Now, Satan is an angel of God. See? So, if you ever heard that America is Babylon and it's going to fall, that comes from the ISUPK. There's a lot of things our people know today, and you know what I mean, but don't know the origin. The ISUPK is the origin of the truth. That's why our matter is the home of the truth. Many people see us in the street and they don't even know the amount of information the prophets of God in the ISUPK have brought to the forefront. You understand? And we're still doing it. We are bringing out even heavier information. Let me not say more heavier, because that's the basis, the most important thing is what we just listed out a while ago. You know what I mean? When we list out a while ago, all of the talking points is the thing that is going to help set your mind free from the brainwashing of this oppressive kingdom. See? But we bring out so much more information each class. The ISUPK keep class every day, not every day in Jamaica, but every day throughout our schools across the world. Every single day we have a class. We have camps, we have Sabbath service. You know what I mean? We are a nation that you probably never know about. You understand? But I encourage our people, if you're Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, to just search up the ISUPK and come to our world. Come into our world, and your eyes will be so open that you can't believe it. Everything that happens in this world will now make sense. All the questions that you have ever had that nobody can answer, especially a Christian pastor, the answer is in the ISUPK. You understand? Because what? The Most High is not the author of confusion. The Most High never left anybody with unanswered questions. Your Christian pastor, as soon as you start put some question to him, where him start though? Don't question God, don't question God. The Most High never tell you say enough to question him. Where's that in the Bible? Him say enough to doubt him. He must have faith. But him never say no ask him no question. That was created by your Christian pastors because them don't know nothing and them don't know the Bible. So them don't want nobody ask them no question. You know what I mean? But here in the ISUPK, we answer all your questions. You know what I mean? Because we know the Bible. You know what I mean? In Revelation, it says the 7 seals of the book was, I'm paraphrasing, was open or broken the 7 seals. It never occurred to your Christian pastor dummy that you know what I mean, 7 seal would be the Bible. Or that book referred to would be the Bible. That book is talking about the Bible. The 7 seals on the book represents the book being sealed. The Most High told, I don't know if it was John or Daniel, but him said, seal up this book until the time of the end. And then Christ came and broke those 7 seals. What is the breaking of those 7 seals? You now understanding finally what the Bible is all about. your Christian pastor sing, clap, and jump in the church with the Bible in his hand. See? And nobody teach the Bible because nobody in that church understands the Bible. The Bible speak out against Christmas. Your Christian pastor have a Christmas tree in the friggin' church. You understand? The Bible tell you not to celebrate pagan holidays, which New Year's is also one. Your pastor have watch night, raining in the New Year, or the so-called New Year, because we are not even in the New Year. Not God's New Year. God's New Year is in the Bible, or your pastor don't know that. Why your pastor don't know, say, December is not the end of the year. And him have the Bible. Because your pastor don't know the Bible. You understand? But as I say, come into our world and you will understand what the Bible is talking about. All right, so when was it? The 3rd of January, America went into Venezuela and abducted President Maduro. You understand? Everybody's supposed to know about that by now. You understand? The Venezuelans, the native Venezuelans, and I think Maduro is also a native Venezuelan. I don't think he's a white man. You know what I mean? We'd have to search, we'd have to research and find out in background and things. But I think Maduro is an Israelite. See? So the Venezuelans, they are the tribe of, is it Asha? Is it Asha or... I think it's Asha. I'm almost certain that they are the tribe of Asha. I know that Brazil is the tribe of Asha. I know that Colombia is the tribe of Asha. I think Venezuela is Asha too, the tribe of Asha. You know what I mean? The natives of Venezuela. You know what I mean? I have some black people, dark-skinned people. Like, well, let me not say dark-skinned people because here we go. The natives in many of these American, you know what I mean, lands from the Caribbean to North, Central, and South America. See? Many of them dark like me, you know, and darker than me, you know. With the same straight hair and everything. You have native Indians who are dark skinned, you know. Well dark skinned, you know. The most I say, my flock is a sheep, my people are a speckled bird, meaning we are different shades. You understand? So let me not say black people in Venezuela, because Venezuelan natives are also black people. We are all niggers, for lack of a better word. We know some people don't like hear that word, but the word nigger just means black. Blacks, Hispanics, and native Indians are niggers. We come from one forefather, you know what I mean? Not from the Africans' forefather. We come from a man called Jacob. You understand? That is where we come from. The black people who were enslaved, the native Indians, the Mexicans, the Brazilians, them people that were enslaved over here come from one father. One bloodline of people, different complexion, look different, one race of people. You know what I mean? Case in point, you have white people who have blonde hair. You have white people who have curly hair. You have white people who have blue eyes. You have white people who have green eyes. Same race of people. You have white people who look white like a chalkboard. Well, not literally, but you know what I mean? You have white people who them call ginger. I have white people who are just red, regular red white people. Same race of people. What we are telling you is the black people here in Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, Bahamas, Barbados, and the Venezuelan native people are the same race of people, as well as the Mexicans and the native Indians, the Brazilians, the Chileans, the Peruvians. We are one race, one bloodline of people. See? No, President Maduro is an Israelite, which means what? These laws, statutes, and commandments in the Bible applies to him. You understand? And unfortunately, President Maduro was not keeping the laws of God. Well, me see something where, you know what I mean, we can't confirm it as yet, where President Maduro says that the people in Israel are not the real Jews. So him know, if this is true, him know. Say, them people there, they are not real Jews. However, we know that America spread a lot of propaganda. See? So me not go as far as say this big drug cartel claim that them a put on Maduro is true. Me not go so far. It could be true. And the oppressor always look for opportunity to bring down our people. You know what I mean? That's why it's important for us to make sure that we are keeping God's laws, or we will not have God's protection. President Maduro did not have God's protection. And this should be a wake-up call to all of our leaders who are Israelites. You know what I mean? I don't know if Andrew Holness is an Israelite. I don't know. But I can tell you this. Take sleep, mark death. Don't think that what happened in Venezuela will not happen in Jamaica. And many people might say, well, Venezuela was trying to go against the grain. But the white man never keep any treaty that him signed. And he have a treaty with our government. Jamaica might just be so strategically located that it would be better for the US come and take over Jamaica. Especially in a crucial time like this where war is boiling up. We are currently in World War III. You understand? It might not have anything to do with Jamaica and America being allies, but Jamaica is right next to Cuba, so therefore we have to take over Jamaica. So some rumor have to start spread upon Andrew Holness or Mark Golding, and which would justify American troops on the ground in Jamaica. I saw the badness go, and these countries are badness them I deal with, and that you have to understand. Commanding General YAHANNA brought out in Monday night class that you want to understand how the world run. You understand? You have to understand how drug dealers operate on the street, on corners, on blocks, and taking over blocks and spreading them, you know what I mean? Them influence. The more influence them have, the more power them have, and the more money them have. And the white man is the ultimate drug dealer. He is the ultimate gangster and a badness this. This is badness. This is not, oh, America is a democracy and, you know what I mean, Maduro is our communist or Cuba is a communist. This is badness. It's not communist or democratic, it's badness. So the world run. Who have the bigger gun, get fit, call the shots and make all the money. And who have the more land mass in control, you know what I mean, take more ground, have more ground and have more, you know what I mean, more leverage. And America realize say them enemies, some other drug dealers are try operating at them backyard and them black. And the Caribbean is America's black. Caribbean, North America, South America, and Central America is the USA's black. This is their black. Them back for them backyard. You understand? And President Maduro I try link with them apps. This is all it boils down to. Don't complicate things with geopolitics and, you know what I mean, democracy and communism. Don't complicate your brain. Stop thinking so deep. You look upon the oppressor as if him have, you know what I mean, any humanity to him. He don't have any. It's badness. And he used badness on the 3rd of January to kidnap President Maduro. And Donald Trump people hide it. He might tell you straight it's all about the oil. Remember in the time of President Bush, when them asked Bush if about the oil, Bush said no, not about the oil. It's because Saddam Hussein have weapons of mass destruction. That was the lie that them tell upon Saddam Hussein to justify them going into him country and unalive hundreds of thousands of people. And over the years, it became millions. That's a lie that them have to tell. That is a lie with them. That is them strategy throughout, you know what I mean, the ages, throughout, you know what I mean, the existence of America and Europe. Even when it came to us, you know what I mean? Take, for example, our Carib brothers. See? What them used to say about Carib brothers who used to live in Puerto Rico and so forth when Christopher Columbus came. Christopher Columbus said, them are savage, them are cannibal. If do that, forget the approval for going there and massacre for brother them. That has always been the white man's, you know what I mean, method. Fee method, start a lie. President Maduro is a drug cartel. You know what I mean? The way me understand it, most of the drugs come from Colombia. You know what I mean? And it got through Mexico. But yet still, him invade Venezuela. You understand? It's the same thing with Iraq. It's the same thing with Iraq. After the World Trade Center fell, them invade Iraq. We have nothing at all to do with it. It's the same thing. So the same method him use now, him use to get out Maduro. Now, brothers and sisters in Venezuela might say, oh, well, the right thing Donald Trump do because President Maduro is a tyrant and him do this and him do that. Well, me not have a deep history about Venezuela to tell you what Venezuela, where Maduro did all of his atrocities and all of the evil that he did. You see? But me can tell you this. The reason why Venezuela is poor is because of America. All of the sanctions that America put on Venezuela is the reason why Venezuela poor. See? And we can tell you this. Donald Trump is not better than Maduro. As a matter of fact, Donald Trump is 10 times worse. And Donald Trump are telling us straight, say, at the aisle him come about. You can imagine, just picture this for a moment. Jamaicans, see? Imagine if Russia said them are going to invade Jamaica because Jamaica have been partaking in scamming. I use a scenario, see? And they need to take over Jamaica tourist industry because it's booming and, you know what I mean, it have potential to make billions and billions of dollars to benefit Russians. We would be dumb here in Jamaica to think that the initial claim that our government involved in a scamming is the reason why them are going to invade. We would have to assume that the reason why them are going to invade is because they want to take over the money sector, the tourism sector. So Venezuelans, I will say this to our brothers and sisters in Venezuela. Zane, do not think that Donald Trump cares nothing about you. You understand? And let me pull back a bit because what me understand is not even the people in Venezuela I support Donald Trump. It's more the Venezuelans them where, you know what I mean, flee Venezuela and live in America and different places. You understand? So we can't really say, boy, that message would necessarily apply to brothers and sisters in Venezuela. But to brothers and sisters outside of Venezuela who are Israelites, because me I understand to say, enough of them are not Israelites, they are just oppressors, you know what I mean, who eventually had to flee because they weren't being allowed to milk Venezuela dry anymore and oppress our brothers and sisters in Venezuela. See? So, yeah, you have the part there too. But to brothers and sisters, because you have brothers and sisters in Venezuela who really believe, say Donald Trump is a saving grace to them. Donald Trump is 10 times worse than Maduro. You understand? And you don't have to look far to see Donald Trump is basically, before he invaded Venezuela, he had been deporting Venezuelans and been complete. And it's unfortunate, you know, this is how you know the children of Israel. You know. We love the oppressor so much that we ignored all the red flags. And we still give love to the oppressor, support the oppressor, even though him a target to people. Black, you know what I mean? Black people stay so too. Black people stay so too. You have Jamaicans. Then here in Jamaica, where whenever the police go out and analyze any young brother, young, you know what I mean? Any young brother, yeah man, the police them do a good job. Not knowing if that brother is guilty or not. And the Jamaican police who serves the oppressor, because our government don't serve us. They are the long arm of the oppressor. Many times them go out and do extrajudicial killing, you know what I mean? Unjustified. Blatantly. As a matter of fact, it has been a problem here in Jamaica. Example, them say the crime rate down by such and such, 660 something. You know what I mean? It down to. But the police killed like over 500 or so. And then most of them are murder. Nobody can't tell me about shootout. But murder them there, unalivement. So like you have to use the word murder, TikTok. So the crime rate no fall, the unalivement rate don't fall. It's just that somebody else do it. And it's the police. But you will have brothers. I say, yeah man, the police do a good job. You understand? Same thing in America. Especially amongst Christians, it's always Christian-minded people. That's why I'm telling you, Christianity is white supremacy, you know. And once you're a Christian, you can never love your own people. You can never love black Hispanics and native Indians with a Christian mindset. Because in America, it's always the Christian black people who always support the police. Them call for more policing because them can't bring up the youth, them and raise up the youth them for be righteous. So now, them are bear the fruits of unrighteous generation. And the best thing them can do is we need more police. So what the police come do? Unalive black brothers and sisters. The Ku Klux Klan police force. And then them same Christians will say the police are do a good job. It's the same thing with our Venezuelan brothers, some of them. Them will applaud the oppressor for deporting them own people. You have Mexican brothers. Big up my Mexican brothers them still, you know. And I love my Hispanic brothers and sisters them, isn't it? Yeah, man. I love all of Israel. But you have Mexican brothers who are pro-Trump. This is beyond explanation. Trump literally expressing hate for, you know what I mean, for Mexicans. But in their mind, they are the good Mexicans and Donald Trump now talk about them. Donald Trump talk about the bad Mexicans. Same like black people. Oh, we are not niggers. We are Negroes. The police not see no different. There's a nigger to the police. Whether you got church or whether you're in a gang, there's no difference in the eyes of the oppressor. You understand? Same place here in Jamaica. You have some brothers and sisters who think them better than the old butu, ghetto, dirty class people. Them. And even in the ghetto, you have some section of people who think them better than the rest of ghetto people. You know better. No matter how much degrees you have, your sin just as bad as, you know what I mean, another black man's sin. And sometimes even worse. You understand? So, we need to understand that in the eyes of the oppressor, we are all the same. Don't think that you can get the oppressor to come and fight on your behalf. The oppressor will not come and free you. The oppressor is who have you in bondage to begin with. Run back the history. The conquistadors them come and enslave North, Central, and South America. You understand? The British, the Portuguese, the French. You understand? These are your oppressors. So Donald Trump is not a savior. What Donald Trump will bring is more suffering. And now you will not get none of the pie. Donald Trump will come take all of the oil in Venezuela and you will now get none. President Maduro was corrupt and his government was corrupt and they were taking most of the oil and you were getting but little. Donald Trump is going to come and take all of the oil and you now get none. You know where you're going to get? You're going to get war and civil unrest and you know what I mean? Venezuela was in a bad state, but now it's going to be in a worse state. And it's going to be a ground where different factions are going to come, you know what I mean, plant them foot, and it probably end up like Ukraine, where proxy warfare take place, where Russia and China use it as this, you know what I mean, this venue where them fight against America. You understand? That is what's going to happen. This is World War III. And we brought it out time and time again because this war is inevitable for happen. It have to happen. This war is ordained by God. God wants this war to happen because this is the only way his people are going to get freedom. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And then our King Yahweh Shai will just come and destroy the oppressor. But this war have to happen first. It's in the Bible. See? We're going to play the tape. Remember to like, share, follow, subscribe, depending on the platform you're watching on. We're the ISUPK Jamaica under commanding General YAHANNA. See? We'll play the tape.
The United States hit Venezuela with a large-scale strike early Saturday and said its president, Nicolas Maduro, had been captured and flown out of the country. Here's what to know. Multiple explosions and low-flying aircraft were seen in Caracas in the early hours of Saturday morning. Maduro's government immediately accused the US of an imperialist attack on civilian and military installations. US President Donald Trump posted on Truth Social that Maduro had been, along with his wife, captured and flown out of the country. He added that the operation was done in conjunction with US law enforcement. The apparent attack itself lasted less than 30 minutes. Trump said in his social media post that the strike was carried out successfully. It comes after the Trump administration has escalated pressure on Maduro, who has decried US military operations against alleged drug traffickers as a thinly veiled effort to oust him from power. It was not immediately clear who was running the country, and Maduro's whereabouts were not immediately known.
So, them going to Venezuela, you know what I mean? Obviously, some betrayal go on because, again, President Maduro and his entire government was corrupt. And there is no honor among thieves. You understand? And man like President Maduro know about the ISUPK. Andrew Holness know about the ISUPK and Commanding General YAHANNA. You understand? All of these countries, because everybody eyes is on America and they know exactly what's going on in America. And the ISUPK have been the loudest voice in America for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. So all of these countries and their presidents know about Commanding General YAHANNA. Whether or not them accept him to be the prophet of God in this time is, you know what I mean, is up to them. But them know. So you know what President Maduro should have done? He should have consulted Commanding General YAHANNA, and he would still be in power now. He would have still been in power, and America would have failed if he took the counsel of the prophets in the ISUPK. But he didn't. He never do it. You understand? And Commanding General YAHANNA said, to be a leader over Israel, you have to have two agendas. See? And this is coming from a prophet of God. This is the prophet of God, Commanding General YAHANNA. Just like how you did have Isaiah and you have Jeremiah, you have Commanding General YAHANNA. You understand? In 2 days' time. Two agenda, a leader of Israel, have. See? One, to protect your people. And two, to feed your people. That have to be agenda. To protect your people from external forces out there that would want to do harm to your people like America, Russia, and all of them. And two, to feed the people, meaning that oil in Venezuela should have, you know what I mean, the wealth from that oil should have went to the people of Venezuela. And that didn't happen. President Maduro's agenda was not to protect and to feed his people. And he never feared the Most High. So I guess I go on. This I go on. And you might can look for this happening again in other places where the children of Israel are governed by an Israelite, or, you know what I mean? You probably can look out for this happening again. Because now the oppressor is in power. He is at the pinnacle of his kingdom of fall, you know. But now he have exercise in power what he can do. He is desperate right now, that oppressor. You understand? Because his enemies is getting closer and closer to him in power and in wealth. You understand? So right now, what he might try to do, he might try desperately to hold on upon him kingdom and in power. He might go fail. But in him failing, he might go get a lot of things done. And currently, we, as a people, we don't have the protection of the Most High because we are not serving the Most High. So we are up for grabs. So Russia wanted Venezuela. You understand? Russia being another branch of the oppressor. They almost had them hands on Venezuela. China, the Moabites, China, and the Persians in Iran had them, you know what I mean, had them claws sink deep down into the tribe of Asher in Venezuela. And I guess Maduro confided in that, you know what I mean, them strength, and thought that they would be a ready defense against America. But like the disgusting, terrible eagle that the oppressor is in America, when they sweep down and take up Maduro and fly gone. And now him in control. You understand? Because what? Right now, he might go to drastic measures to secure power. Power is the most important thing. And like I explained before, this is badness. This is gangsterism. This is not no democracy and, you know what I mean? And no, we don't call it political correctness, and this is badness. Them country are practice badness. Who bother run the show? You notice everybody I call up on the UN and I say, Donald Trump broke international laws. And what the UN are going to do about it? The United Nations. What them are going to do about it? Them can't do nothing about it because them don't have the power to stop Donald Trump from what he do. Them don't have the strength. Them set up some council called the UN, but it is irrelevant when it comes up against power. Real power. You understand? Them can only talk. Those fake Jews, the Israeli and America, them do them own will in the earth because them have absolute power in this earth. You know what I mean? We're going to jump to a scripture. See? We're going to jump to the book of Job, chapter 9 and 24, and it says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. It never said America, you know. It never said Mexico. It never said the Caribbean Sea. It said the earth. The entire earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Who is the wicked? The white man. Him rule the entire planet earth at this moment. Then it said he covered the faces of the judges thereof. What it mean to cover somebody's face? When you cover somebody's face, what you do? You hide them. Love by Purple. I even like the name there. I don't take it say it's a female though, because I see a flower beside it here. We're not getting to this flat earth madness. A modern time now, if you still believe the earth flat, you have your priorities wrong. You still have to pay rent. You still have to pay bills. You still have to suffer police brutality and systematic racism on the flat earth if it's flat. We don't have time to talk about if the earth flat. We know what the Bible said. The Bible said the earth round. We not depend on them reasoning about flat earth. You have your priorities, you know what I mean, mismatch. If you are worried about if earth flat. You know, see what I go on in the world. We are talking about flat earth. You still have to pay rent, light bill, water rate, find food to eat. Hope so you don't lose your job on the flat earth if it's flat. We are talking about. I don't care if the earth flat. Me care who are rule this earth and when we are going to come out of captivity. So don't ask me them questions. We don't care about that. See? We know the Bible says. Earth round. See? All right. So it said, he covered the faces of the judges thereof. You understand? Who are the judges of the earth? So we know that covering the face means to hide. Right? But he's hiding the faces of the judges. Who are the judges? The judges are in the Bible. Who are the judges? The prophets, the Israelites, the people of God. Him hide them face, meaning him hide who they really are. The main judge is Christ, Yahawashi Mashiach. You understand? Him cover him face, him say what? Christ white. He made a white image of Caesar Borgia, the son of Pope Alexander VI of Rome, who was a pedophile, sleep with his sister, an unaliver, all manner of evil. Then paint that man as the greatest man on earth, and that is an abomination. He covered the face of the judges thereof. Let me continue. If not, where and who is he? This is the great thing about the Bible, you know. The Bible is a living book, you know. So it asks you a question. It's almost like a riddle. It says, if not, where and who is he? In other words, if it's not the white man, where is the wicked? And who is the wicked? You know, a Christian pastor will tell you, the Christian pastor will tell you, say, are you wicked because you now come to church, come serve Jesus. Hallelujah. You understand? When the Bible call a specific race of people the wicked, are the vessel of dishonor, the Most High make them to be the vessel of dishonor. And this vessel of dishonor is blessed with the sword. And one thing you're not going to do on this, in this world, is out fight or outgun the oppressor. because he was blessed with the sword. You understand? When them helicopter they come in a Venezuela, you know, and them warplane they fly in, you know, the oppressor was thinking miles ahead of the Venezuelans, you know. Of course, apparently, you know that boy, some inside job did in it too. But when that oppressor come through, you know, there's hardly nothing you can do, you know. That's why when our people talk about revolution and take up arms and fight the system, Virgin, you can't have a fight Jamaica police force. Or you have a fight. you can't beat Jamaica police force. Because right now them armed to the teeth, yet alone the Jamaica Defense Force, yet alone the American Army. Take that out of your mind. The Bible tell you, oh, we are going to get salvation. These nations are going to go to war. World War III, they're going to analyze each other, and Christ are going to come and put the nail in the coffin. That is how we are going to get freedom. And when we say Christ are going to forward, you're going to have people that say, oh, when I look for somebody come from the sky and save you. That sounds more sensible than you picking up arms to fight the oppressor. Go on now. The Bible has not failed yet. The Bible has been here for all long. The things we are today, you know, is as of prophecies were in the Bible, you know. You can't discredit the Bible. None at all. The problem is you have been reading the Bible through the white man's lens, through Christianity. You understand? Somebody named Anna said greetings. Greetings, sis. Zin? The problem is we learn the Bible through Christianity. That's the problem. We never know that the Bible belongs to us and we are the children of God. If we had known that, we would have, you know what I mean? We would have made better attempts to keep God's law. In Christianity, them tell us, you know, have to keep God's laws. You know what I mean? And that is where we went wrong. You know what I mean? So the Venezuelans, them never know what hit them when the oppressor came through, because that oppressor is blessed with the sword. You know what I mean? He's blessed with the sword. When it comes to weaponry, bombs, guns, all sort of method of unalivement, there's nobody as gifted as the oppressor on this earth. But there's one more terrible than the oppressor, and that is a black man named the Awashai Mashiach, who this world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. When him forward back, you're going to know what is terrible. He might come with the armies of heaven. He might come with weapons that the oppressor couldn't think about. You understand? That is how we are going to get our freedom. Donald Trump can't give you freedom. Donald Trump can only come and bring destruction, further destruction. You understand? To Venezuela and to any other land that him set him in nasty footprint. This has been the track record of our oppressor. The oppressor never come and do good to any nation. We see what go on in Iraq. They went there for weapons of mass destruction, and it turned out in the unalivement of millions of Iraqi civilians. Them went to Afghanistan, them spent 20 years of unaliving millions of Afghans. They went to Libya. The same thing when them get out Gaddafi. You understand? Don't be naive, our brothers in Venezuela, thinking that Donald Trump is going to bring salvation to Venezuela. It's the opposite. Now is the time, if you're in Venezuela, to find the ISUPK. You know what I mean? Somebody have to be that foot on the ground to start this movement in Venezuela. Or tell you what, it's gonna be, you know what I mean, a dark day going forward for our brothers and sisters in Venezuela. You understand? It's gonna be a dark day. You know what I mean? So, I would implore any brother from Venezuela who understand my English when I talk, or my patwa, to contact the ISUPK, be the boots on the ground. You understand? Get inside these classes. Because you might just be the only hope left for the entire Venezuela. Don't think that you are going to pick up arms in Venezuela and fight fight this oppressor. You only stand for see your people being unalive by the droves, by the millions, and don't see nothing improve. You only stand for see your life go down the drain, fighting this oppressor. You understand? Fighting this devil. The scripture tell you, the weapon of our warfare is not carnal. Carnal warfare is already given to the oppressor. That's a theme warfare. You can't beat him on that. That is where him get blessed with. That's a theme blessing. Our warfare is spiritual. Meaning we have to fix ourselves as a people. We have to become a people that the Most High see fit to come and rescue. But currently, we are a people that is no better than, we're not behaving any better than the oppressor. From Venezuela to Colombia to Brazil, we do evil to each other. We unalive each other. You understand? We don't love each other. We're not a brotherhood towards each other, and a sisterhood towards each other. In Chile, in Peru, in Guatemala, in Bolivia, in Guyana. You understand? We have to become a people that the Most High look and see that these are a people who want to serve him. And now guess what the Most High will do? Send a terrible king named Yahawashi Mashiach against this oppressor to invade this earth. You see that alien invasion that the oppressor is so afraid of? He don't know the half of it yet. It's not no alien invasion, but it's going to be an invasion. And this oppressor are going to be no more. And we, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we are going to rule this earth. We are going to be the ruling class of this planet, that as we were meant to be. But because of our disobedience against our power, that is the reason why, you know what I mean, America can just come and scoop down and pick up one of our leaders and carry him off into captivity. You understand? We have to be that people that the Most High look and have sympathy upon. But currently, we are not that people. That's why we implore you, get inside these classes. Come out of the Catholic Church. Come from out of the Catholic Church. Whether you're Colombian, whether you're Venezuelan, whether you're Mexican, whether you're Bolivian, whether you're Peruvian, whether you're Chilean, whether you're Argentinian, come from out of the Catholic Church, the Christian Church, and get inside ISUPK. See? We're going to read some more scripture. I jump to the book of Revelation. No, not Revelation. I jump to Obadiah. We're going to start at verse 1, and it said, the vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord, God concerning Edom. Who is Edom? Anybody in the chat? Who is Edom? Does anybody know who is Edom? There are 18 nations of people in the Bible. See? And all of them exist today. Edom is one of them. Who is Edom? Anybody? I'm going in 15 seconds. Let me read this again. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord God concerning Edom. Who is Edom? For time's sake, I'm going to give it to you. Edom is the white man, Esau. When Esau, you know what I mean, came from, somebody say, yeah. Then when Esau came from hunting, Esau is brother Jacob. Jacob is our father. Then boiling pottage. And the Bible call it red pottage. Why? because the meat just went into it. Pottage is like soup, but the meat just went into the pottage. So the pottage red. The blood of the meat still in the pottage. And Esau thought that he was so hungry that he would die. He said to our forefather Jacob, see, give him some of that red pottage. And our father Jacob said, sell me a birthright. And he sell the birthright because he never respect the birthright. He sell it for a plate, for you know what I mean, some red pottage. You understand? And that is why them call him Edom, because Edom mean red. And the white man is red. The scripture tell you that Esau came out red all over like a hairy garment. So he came out red and hairy. You understand? That's the white man. Red. That's why we call him the devil. He's the real devil. Devil really mean deceiver still, you know, but him fit the description of the devil. You understand? Let me continue reading though. See, it says, we have heard a rumor from the Lord. An ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. And that is what you see right now. An ambassador is being sent to Esau, to Edom, saying, rise, and let us rise up against her in battle. That's why you see all these other nations getting ready to come against America. Them bold up now. Them brave up. Because them see America falling. You understand? Them see that America is now weak into a point that, you know what I mean, we don't have to be afraid of her anymore. Then let's continue. Verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. So the Most High made Esau, the white man, small amongst the heathen. Somebody say, Money Magic said, that's why they love red meat. So you're right. Because of that raw meat with them forefather did eat. You know what I mean? That stick with them. So every time you see them eat steak, them steak of rare. You can see the blood. Yeah. And many of them eat raw meat, brawling. Just eat raw meat and them love it. You know what I mean? Like a dog. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're right. You're so right, Money Magic. See? So it said, behold, I have made thee small amongst the heathen. Thou art greatly despised, and this oppressor is greatly despised. Nobody likes Donald Trump. Nobody likes white people. Why? Because of the atrocities that they have done throughout the ages, you know what I mean, to other nations of people. He's greatly despised. Everybody hate him, but everybody fear him because of the power we wield. You know what I mean? But now in power dwindled. So now everybody will start express them hatred towards him. Let's continue. Verse 3. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks. You know what I mean? Let me ask you that question. What is the clefts of the rocks? Does anybody know what the clefts of the rocks are? What is a cleft? Does anybody know? I'm going to 15 seconds. The clefts of the rocks. It said, thou that dwelleth in the clefts of the rocks. The time Satan and day to those are the caves. The clefts of the rocks is the caves. Where are caves located? In the mountains. That is where the white man comes from, the Caucasus Mountains, from the caves. He's the cave man, the cave dweller. That is where Esau picked them go live, up in the mountains and caves. You understand? And what is a mountain with clefts today? A mountain with clefts today is a skyscraper. That's why I like tall buildings. Because he used to live up in the mountains, where in a height in caves. That's why I build skyscrapers. You understand? That is in nature. See, like how the raw meat in nature, the unalive in nature, living high above everybody else is in nature. You understand? Yeah, you have caves underground, but in this case we are talking about caves in mountains. You know what I mean? We know that the white man called himself the Caucasian because he come from the Caucasus Mountain. That is where he named himself, you know. And we name him so, you know. You understand? The Caucasus Mountain is where he come from, up there in Russia. You know what I mean? That's why he's that's why he's the Caucasian man. Because he used to live in the caves in Russia. So this is not you know what I mean? This is not Christianity where we are trying to come with our own inter. We are telling you facts. This is facts. We are break down the Bible with reality. We not guess. I tell we are tell. We are telling you what I go on. The Christian church is where people go and guess. And man come with his own interpretation. That has nothing to do with reality. This is the fact. This is talking about the white man. You understand? Let me read again. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee. So you know how proud the oppressor is. So proud that his pride deceive him. Donald Trump is so proud. See? That he believes that him can do whatever he wants. He believes that no other nation could ever come up against America, and America will never be destroyed. So when him go around and create all these enemies and gather hatred towards himself and America and think that that won't backfire one day. You understand? Let me continue. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high. See there? Those skyscrapers, because him come from the Caucasus Mountain, his habitation is high. And he even got space. He want to live out of space. See? That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Let's continue. Verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle. What is the symbol of America? What is the national symbol of America? And most oppressor kingdom through the ages, even Rome, Germany, Hitler, Germany, the eagle. The oppressor is obsessed with the eagle. It's spiritual. It has to do with height, and I'm not going into that, you know what I mean? But it's spiritual. Something about the eagle, and him all favor the eagle. I'm not going to that part, but just know it's spiritual. But we know who it attack because the oppressor used the eagle. You understand? The eagle, the bald eagle is the national symbol of America and many other places where the oppressor rule. So he exalt himself as the eagle. And though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, who set them nests amongst the stars? Slap ya. Who set his nest amongst the stars? Can anybody tell me? And when it says set his nest amongst the stars, what is that referring to? What is that in reference to? Somebody tell me. Quick and fast. We're going to 15 seconds. Right? Errol Massive said, white man, you're correct. But when it said no, and though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, what is that in reference to? The white man, how does he set his nest amongst the stars? I'll be so surprised if somebody answer. Errol Massive, you should be in class. Get in class. You're correct. See? The odd one. Spaceship. Errol Massive says satellite. That is how him set him nest amongst the stars. See? Another one, famous one, where some people dispute whether it happened or not. But when he land on the moon, see? And him said the eagle has landed. You understand? Let me continue reading. Thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. The Most High will bring him down. You understand? And don't think that him only has set satellite and space station out there. Him have a ton of weaponry out there too. Nuclear weaponry. You know what I mean? antimatter weaponry, all sort of things him have out there. You know what I mean? It left up to speculation when him have up there still, but you know what I mean? Him have a ton of weaponry. That's why that force created the Space Force. But for what? Who in space him go fight against? Who in a space the white man a try fight? Let me tell you who him try fight. He know that somebody will come back for that earth. So, see him like how him subdue the earth, he want to subdue space. Just like Nimrod. Nimrod thought him could have go to space and fight God. You understand? Nimrod being that grandson of Cush, the king of Babylon, ancient Babylon. That's why the Bible call, you know what I mean, America Babylon the Great, because of the same mindset, bringing everybody together to come and fight against God. You understand? So I'm out in a space thinking that when Christ comes, he can fight Christ. He has become so technologically advanced, him think him stand a chance against Christ. But the Bible tells us that Christ about destroy them in a hour, in 1 hour. That is how powerful our king is when he come back with the armies, with those UFOs, those flying saucers that the oppressor is so obsessed with. He might go get to see them close up. They have been eluding him, you know what I mean, up until this point, but he might go see them up close. And he might go see where them capable of in short order. You understand? Well, the other one said, how do you fight a God? Well, the oppressor think him can do it. He think him can fight God. You understand? And can fight with King Yahawashi. But, you know what I mean? He might get a rude awakening. See, let me continue reading. Verse 5, if thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? So it asks a question. If a thief come to you by night, then how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? A thief, when him come in your house, him take the TV, him take the, you know what I mean, they have the microwave, him take that, him take this, him take that. He might left the bed. He might take the money, but he might left the shoes. That is all you cut off. Him stop at a point, him had enough and him gone. But this oppressor, let me continue reading. If the grape gatherer came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? Even the grape gatherer, the people them who glean grapes. When them come, them not take every single grape. But this oppressor, him take everything. That's why I'm there in Venezuela right now. And Donald Trump is making no bones about it. Him dead for the aisle. One time, Bush used to beat round the bush and say, no, we're not there for the aisle. With weapon of mass destruction. Donald Trump, plain and straight, I tell you, say, yo, at the aisle him a deal with. You understand? So brothers and sisters in Venezuela, do applaud. This is a thief coming into Venezuela to take what is yours. And according to the Bible, him don't stop. He's not a regular thief. He not stop. He not go have enough and say, all right, me I left back some, I take everything. Every single thing he might take. He not left nothing for you in Venezuela. So don't think that, you know what I mean, Donald Trump is a knight in shining armor. He's a thief, a robber, just like the conquistadors. He's for them pitney. Donald Trump and them pitney. Same spirit. You understand? Let me continue reading. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought out? So it's a question. How are the things of Esau searched out? You can't understand this oppressor. Oh, you find out why motive. You have to listen to the prophets of God. Because the scripture said, you know what I mean? Him come with smooth words. Him talk smooth and nice and make you think that, yeah, man, he might do it because President Maduro is a tyrant and an oppressor. It might be. But there's no oppressor and tyrant more, you know what I mean, worse than the oppressor, worse than the white man. This is the ultimate predator. You understand? Let me continue. Verse 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. So even him allies, them are going to turn against him in this war. Why? Because he's not loyal to them. Him throw them under the bus. Him start say, America first. Him start pick and choose, you know what I mean, where, you know what I mean, him agenda lies. And him will leave many of him allies, you know what I mean, to fend for themselves. So them are going to just go and play the game until them are going to betray him. And America are going to get overthrown, are going to get destroyed. And nuclear holocaust are going to kick off. Because the white man is not going to lay down and die. Understand? He's going to press that button and he's going to send off some missile, some nuclear warhead, and it will come vice versa. Just pray that you, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian, who are the 12 lost tribes of Israel, are not here to witness that. Meaning, pray that the angels do what them say them are going to do in at this time and take you away from all of this. Just like how Noah take away his family from the flood, because this earth are going to become the lake of fire, not the earth, but America. America going to be the lake of fire. See? The lake of fire. So just pray that you are on God's good grace, good side. Pray that you don't have a you know what I mean, a pork chop in your mouth when this happens. Or you sleep with another brother's wife. Or you steal, or you grape people picnic or all them things there. Pray that Christianity in your heart when this day forward. Or you are going to face it. Pray in the Christian church when this comes. Because you and the church are going to burn. You are going to left in here all the nuclear fallout to come. Christ promised, the Most High promised to take away the people who are going to get saved away from this. The people who are going to get saved, we now going to witness this. We now going to see no nuclear explosion. At least we're not going to see it from ground view. We're not going to see it from ground view. We are going to safely, you know what I mean, away from destruction. See? So just pray that you're not in a Rastafari backyard and smoke weed when this happens. That's why we implore you. You know what I mean? Get inside the ISUPK. Do the right thing. You know what I mean? Let me continue reading this. They that eat bread have laid a wound under thee. Flakia, let me read that again. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. This is talking about betrayal. America is going to be betrayed. The oppressor is going to be betrayed. You see him so I am mighty. Donald Trump is so proud because he have the greatest military on earth. He's going to be betrayed. And America will fall. See? Let's continue. There is none understanding in him. There is no understanding in who I will betray America. There won't be, hey, we made so much money together. We you know what I mean? There's no negotiation. There's no, you know what I mean, mercy for this oppressor when him fall come. When them turn them back on America, them are going to do it with grudge. And America are going to be no more. Let's continue reading. See? 8. Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom? In that day, the wise men, because our people like to say how wise this oppressor is. Look on him technology, look on him this, look on him that. In that day, them wisdom are going to fail. Them are going to make bad decisions like what them are make now. They are going to think irrationally because of fear. Seeing them kingdom fall, they are going to make bad decisions. You understand? Let's continue. Shall I not on that day, Slakia, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau? Verse 9. And thy mighty men, O T-men, the T-man is the Germans, that is a tribe of Esau. Those are the wise men of Esau, the Germans, from in a Hitler time, with all of the nuclear scientists. That is how the atom bomb came about, you know. It's a German scientist, you know what I mean? Because Germany, during the time of Hitler, they were so sophisticated, and they still are. You know what I mean? After World War II, some of those scientists went to Russia, some went to America. And that's why Russia and America is so advanced technologically when it comes to weaponry. See? Let's continue. Verse 9. And thy mighty men, O T-men, O T-man, shall be destroyed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. That is the Most High plan for the white man. They will be cut off by slaughter. There is no amount of prayer that a Christian pastor will pray to make this door happen. This is the will of the Most High, and this is prophecy. The oppressor have committed severe and atrocious crimes on the earth, and he must pay for it. And the scripture said, though hands join in hand, the wicked will not go and punish this oppressor have to pay for him crime. I know him pay for slavery, systematic racism, lynching, Jim Crow, grape, feeding our kids to alligators, using them as the amount of things that can go on and on. The billions of, no, let me not say billions, but the hundreds of millions of people that this oppressor killed. There have never been a more killing force on this earth more than this oppressor. He must pay for that. He must pay for enslaving the Venezuelans, for unaliving the Venezuelan, the tribes of Asha, the tribe of Asha, from the time of Christopher Columbus and the conquistadors. He must pay for that. You understand? Let me continue reading. Verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob. Who is Jacob? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Our Venezuelan brothers, descendants of Jacob. Black people here in Jamaica, descendants of Jacob. The Arawaks who used to live here, who is no more here because the white man unalive all of them. Children of Jacob. Because of the violence against Jacob. See? Shame shall cover thee. Shame will cover the oppressor because of the violence that he have done to us. See? To God's chosen people, to the 12 lost tribes of Israel. And thou shalt be cut off forever. The Most High will make a new thing in the earth where a race of people will be known. Well, it's not new because many race of people before the flood, they are no more. But the white man, he will also be no more. Just like the dinosaurs, the white man will be in museums. The children have learned about the white man and all the evils that he has done by looking at his skeleton in a museum. That is what's going to happen to the oppressor. See? Let me see if anything more there we can read. Well, you know what I mean? The whole chapter good, you know, but Now go through the entire chapter. Zin, let's see what I go on. All right. Verse 17, but upon Mount Zion, who is Mount Zion? Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians. The Venezuelans, the Colombians, the Cubans, the Black Americans, the Mexicans, the Jamaicans, the Bajans, the Trinidadians, the Haitians, the Dominicans, the Guyanese, all the native and black people of the North, South, and Central America and the Caribbean. These are Zion. We are Zion. You know, in the Matrix, they matter about Zion. We are Zion. Or Zion in the Hebrew means weapon. We are a weapon of the Most High. We are the Most High's weapon. You understand? We are Mount Zion. We is Mount Zion. Let's continue. Shall be deliverance. Let me read it again. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance. So meanwhile your oppressor is being destroyed, we will get deliverance. See? And there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. Right. There shall be holiness. What does holiness mean? Holy means to be separate. We will no longer join hand in hand with this oppressor. We'll be separate. While the oppressor is being destroyed over there, we will be nowhere around him. We won't be celebrating his Christmas. We won't be celebrating any of his holidays. We won't be worshiping in his Christian church anymore. We won't be no Muslim. We won't be serving nothing what we get from these oppressors. We will start practice holiness, being separate. You understand? And the house of Jacob shall possess their possession. All them wealth will come to us. We will now be the world power. We will be the world power. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. See? Verse 18, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame. Why it said the house of Jacob and the house of Joseph? It said the house of Joseph because Joseph has two sons, Manasseh and Ephraim. See? Manasseh and Ephraim. That's talking about the Cubans and the Dominicans. You understand? Is it Dominicans? No, the Puerto Ricans. See? That's Joseph. So Jacob and Joseph. Why Jacob and Joseph? Because when Jacob came to Egypt, he saw Joseph in power. You understand? And Joseph was one of, Jacob's son. But there's no tribe of Joseph. See? There's no tribe of Joseph. But Joseph's sons became tribes, Manasseh and Ephraim. So the sons of Jacob and the sons of Joseph, these are the 12 tribes of Israel. You understand? Let's continue. And the house of Esau for stubble, let me read that again. The house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau a stubble. What that mean? What is stubble? Stubble is like bram when you use to catch up coal fire. See? So the house of Esau, the house of Donald Trump are going to be like bram, easily to catch a fire. And we will be that flame. We will be that fire that will burn up the oppressor. Let's continue. And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord has spoken it. So tell your Christian pastor to pray for the white man. Tell him to go pray for you. The Most High already spoke in it that there will be nobody left of the house of Esau. The entire race of white people is going in extinction. And that the Most High have spoken that. You can't turn that back. Say the Most High this and him that all you want. When nobody now talk about the atrocities that this oppressor is a virus to the earth, brethren. Every evil that is under the sun is caused by the oppressor. This disease have to be eradicated. Or I'm going to destroy the earth and go off to another planet at that time plan. It's a virus, it needs to be eradicated. So tell your Christian pastor them boat licking, pork chop eating bastards in the Christian church to try to save it. Because in the church, them love white people more than anybody else. Tell him to save him. Tell your pastor to save white man. When you say to your Christian pastor, so you know, so Jesus did black. Oh, color don't matter, because them don't want to accept a black Christ. Tell him to go save the white man, the white Jesus. When been a worship. When bow down and pray to every night. Tell him to go save him. Nobody loves white people more than a Christian. The white supremacists them say back in the time of Reconstruction that a Christian is the best slave. That them say, and I me say so. So go on, you're a Christian, you're a good slave. Not me say so, the white supremacists them say so. Them work with Christian black people because they make good slaves. A Christian black person don't question nothing. Christianity is white supremacy. I will try telling you, when you not listen, all right, go and go save it. See? Let me see if no more of them for real. All right. All right. Watch this now. And they of the south shall possess the mount of Ephah, southern kingdom. You have the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. Shall possess the mount of Esau, and they of the plain, the Philistines, and they shall possess the field of Ephraim, and the field of Samaria and Benjamin shall possess Gilead. You know what I mean? Verse 20. And the captivity of this host of the children of Israel shall possess that of the Canaanites, even unto Zarephath, and the captivity of Jerusalem, which is in Sepharad, which is in Sepharad, shall possess the cities of the south. Verse 21. And saviors shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be the Lord's. This is happening on the earth. See? The kingdom of the Lord is on earth. This is not you dying and go to heaven. That's why your pastor tell you, because that's what your oppressor wants you to believe. That the only way you can get heaven is if you die. Well, the kingdom of the Lord, the kingdom of heaven is here on earth when blacks, Hispanics, and native Indians, when Venezuelans, when Colombians, when Brazilians, when Jamaicans, when Puerto Ricans, when Black Americans, Mexicans, Hondurans, Belizeans, when these people are rule the earth, that is going to be the kingdom of heaven. Where your pastor pray for God, but him now go. I'm going to dead in a nuclear holocaust. The kingdom of heaven is here on earth. That is when blacks, Hispanics, and native Indian rule. You understand? Ricky say, yep, we are the 12 tribes of Israel. Damn right, brother. See? We're going to read Revelation 16 and 13. And it said, and I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon. That red dragon that came down with much anger. Well, let me see if it's nearby. All right, make that stay. Touch on that another class. See, but that red dragon is talking about the red man, The red man is the red dragon. And why is he a dragon? Because what does a dragon do? A dragon make fire come down from heaven. That's his war plane and his weaponry. That's why he's a red dragon. The red man and his fire power. That's why he's a red dragon. We see the pictures in Venezuela where fire come out of heaven. That's what dragons do. A dragon make fire come down from heaven, but it's a red dragon, which is Esau, the white man. You understand? So, and I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon. 3 unclean spirits like frogs. What a frog? A frog is an unclean animal. You understand? Let's continue. And out of the mouth of the beast. Who is the beast? The beast is referring to other nations. But in this case, it's talking about the beast, which is the white man and America and kingdom. You understand? That's the beast. That's why if you get the mark of the beast, it's the mark of the oppressor, which is what? Christianity. You going into his military, you serving the beast, you know what I mean? You have him thing in your forehead, and you have it in your right hand, meaning your mind, your forehead represent your mind, mean you believe in a democracy, you believe in the American dream, you believe in Christianity, you believe in everything this beast tell you. That is you having the mark of the beast in your forehead. And your right hand is referring to you doing the will of the beast. You're joining the oppressor's military, you're unaliving on behalf of the oppressor. You know what I mean? You're being a pastor in the Christian church, spreading the lies of the oppressor. You're putting work for the beast. That is the mark of the beast. So the beast is America and the white man. See? And out of the mouth of the false prophet. Who's the false prophet? The Christian church. They are the ones that spew lies. That's what the frogs are. Lies. And that is what this oppressor do every time before he do something, you know what I mean, unconstitutional. Every time before he does something, you know what I mean, that breaks international law. What him do? Him spew lies. Lies. Him tell you, oh, Maduro is the great Satan, when him is the great Satan. You understand? So we implore our brothers and sisters in Venezuela, don't think that Donald Trump is any saving grace. He's the devil the Bible speaks of, and America is coming to suck everything that them can, every resource that them can out of Venezuela. And you will get nothing, none of it. You understand? You don't believe me? Just check the track record of this oppressor. You understand? And with that, you know what I mean? We'll jump to the security announcements. We'll close out the class now. You know, you think already. Remember, tap up the screen, like, follow, share, subscribe, depending on the platform you're watching on. We are the ISUPK Jamaica under commanding General YAHANNA, the home of the truth. Get inside these classes. And with that, all right, these are the ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only because they are here to shed themselves of this wicked world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to that brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, that brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, you can find this in the book of Numbers 18 and 21 and Malachi chapter 3 verse 8 to 10. It means tenth in the Hebrew, and it's pronounced ma'aishara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Free will offering for priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you like. Alright, so go over to ISUPK.com and pay your tithes. You understand? You have been paying your tithes to the Christian church for over a century. And you're still in a captivity. And Jesus not come yet. And you still think you're one Gentile. You still love the oppressor and breaking every law that God say you're not supposed to break. Pay your tithes to the real priests and prophets of God. You know what I mean? Upcoming holy convocations. Let me see what else is on there. Alright, so we have the Feast of Purim, which is the 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month, Monday the 2nd of March and Thursday the 3rd of March, 2026. You can find the Feast of Purim in Esther 9:20 to 31. So we don't keep Christmas or New Year's Day, Valentine's Day, all of these pagan holidays that the oppressor, the slave master live with. See? Which, you know what I mean? Ironically, the Christian church was supposed to, you know what I mean, serve God, keep all of them pagan there with the oppressor give it. You know what I mean? It kind of, you never see smoke without fire, basically. Right? What we do, however, we keep the holy days with the Most High if we keep it in the Bible. Make sense? Why would we celebrate Christmas and Christmas is not in the Bible? Why would we celebrate Easter and Easter is not in the Bible? Why would we celebrate Valentine's Day and it's not in the Bible? Well, guess what? The Christian church celebrates all of those days that we just explained. Christmas, Valentine's Day, New Year's, all of them. None of them in the Bible. But the Christian church don't celebrate none of the ones that in the Bible. I want you to think about that. See? But we in the ISUPK and the Commanding General YAHANNA, we keep the Feast of Purim. You can find the Feast of Purim in Esther 9:20 to 31. See? Reminding Akiam and Akwatiam to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he needs to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. So if you want to be a part of the school, just contact us, let us know that you want to start in 90 days. You know what I mean? After 90 days, you get your Hebrew name. After that, you do your officer's test, and then we unleash you to teach and to bring down this evil and oppressive kingdom. You understand? And with that, we're going to give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, I'm Adam Shabbat. I'm Adam Barak. Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai Barak a thumb. And we're going to give the sisters one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, I'm Adam Shabbat. I'm Adam Barak. Yahweh Shamar Alathon Basham Yahweh Shai. Yadimata, class dismissed. Alright, so till next time, we have a show this Friday called the Breakdown Podcast. So go over to the Breakdown Podcast page, you know what I mean, on TikTok. Make sure to follow, subscribe to ISUPK Jamaica on YouTube, follow our Facebook pages. We have a X page, we have a Threads, we have a TikTok, and we also have an Instagram page. See? Also, subscribe to all ISUPK pages. ISUPK North Carolina online classes, Commanding General YAHANNA page, the Black Watch. Just search everything ISUPK, you know what I mean, and follow it. See? Don't do what me do before me come in at the truth. When me just learn the truth, me just think, say, boy, all right, let me see what come up next. See? And me get segue off into some fake teaching. I may have to learn the hard way. You understand? No, me, they have to tell you, say, this is how you do it. When you find ISUPK, follow ISUPK. Don't deviate to the right or the left. Go straight into the, like I tell you at the beginning of this class, come into our world. Come inside our world. And don't look to the right, don't look to the left. Don't look behind you like Job's wife, like Lot's wife. See? Straightforward. It will save you a lot of heartache and suffering. And with that, till next time, shalom.
Yeah.
Well, we are not Jewish, we are Jews, we are the real Jews. You know what I mean? The word Jew comes from the word Judah. Jewish is to say kind of like a Jew, and that is what the Jewish man in Israel is. Not a real Jew. We are the real Jew.
We have 1,000 tall up rifle. I got them want to see na fi we and them argue with food fi win yam. And when the youth use brilliance, fuck up your road like Gideon. You start call man billion. The bad boy, true me say don't rush me a bad fly. And true me no car church, me no baptize. Don't tell me no heaven in a that sky when some people live the good life. Them and them stay can mommy but try. But they tell me I gotta die, be happy. No joy for the black boy. They get to you, them a fuck up the road and tough up the code, just no go below. See double 9 man a shuffle the board, and if you no know then you nothing know. Matic in a waist we no go lucky mode. This one west boy get up the load. But no know when me no shoes and me no food and no clothes. We no do the posing, we no export. Just a wait for the right time for we explode. Hustle man a hustle charge you we make do, and we can't wait for the next show. Some people live the good life, them and them stay on money but dry. Come and tell me I gotta die, be happy. No joy for the black boy, millions, 1,000 cars and bike. I got the pussy them door, and see we have 1,000 tall up rifle. I got them want to see na fi we and they argue with food fi win yam. And when the youth get original, fuck up the road like Gideon. You start call man criminal. The killer them a search for them heaven on earth. Man a fear fight with the devil from birth. Poverty a time for your Lego man shirt. Your man have to stay blessed all when the land curse. All when the land curse. I know the GLE them want see we in our earth. The bad boy, true me say don't rush me a bad fly. And true me no car church, me no baptize. Don't tell me no heaven in a that sky. Some people live the good life, them and them stay on mommy but